Okay, hello. It's me, Dragon, again. I know I said the next thing I would put out would be a video of me and my friends at a hangout. But here's the thing. Apparently, due to how me and my friends act around one another, YouTube flagged it as harassment. So they took it down, but nothing said in that video was directed towards any viewers or anything. It was just a gathering of my friends. My friend Small was in the background making cookies, joining in the game while they were making the cookies, and the cookies were amazing. In our friend group, there are many different people. I am the crafter in the friend group and the DM for D&D. Uh, my friend Small is the baker, the creator of sweets and delicious delights. My friend Caden is the artist, the one who does all the art stuff, who has who has their own channel, and that's the same friend who had to get a new channel because they lost their only way of accessing their old one. So I don't want to talk about that though. Well, I kind of do, but there were a few others who were there, but they're not really in my. Only one other one was there that's in the D&D, and so the people who were there that were in the D&D were me, the DM, my friend Caden, who is one of my players, who uh, is a trying to remember. Let me actually pull it up. Da, 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 da. Let me see here. God. Here we go. Here's where my D&D Beyond is. Also, D&D Beyond, great place to make characters. Would recommend it to anybody. Yes, exactly. Thank you. So, the people who are in this D&D session are as follows. Well, not session. Uh, the campaign that we have that I have named The Woodsman's Curse. There are 8 people in the group. There's, let me see here. My friend Chris, who is Azalea, who is a elf druid, create Circle of the Land swamp. Uh, then there's my friend Tall, who is pretty much the entire name of this character is a JoJo reference, and they are a Erakakra rogue thief. Then there's uh, my friend Saul, who is one of the people I'm going to be hanging out with later today, who is a orc barbarian, Path of the Berserker. Their character name is Orsor. Then my friend Tricity, who I'm going to also be hanging out with, uh, whose character is a human druid Circle of the Land. Wait, is that Tristy? Yes, I think it is. But we changed what it exactly is because Tricity is actually a fun little thing that this is basically one of her OCs that she's made that is a half serpent, half human, sort of like Medusa, but without the snake hair, and able to turn people to not able to turn people to stone. And their character is either Reyna or Rana. But then there's my friend Small, who is a elf bard, College of Lore, uh, and their name is Roberto. Then there's okay, my friend Ira, who used to have a YouTube channel but then stopped. Uh, is a tiefling uh, sorcerer, Sage Sydney, uh, draconic sorcery. That's a fun one. And then my friend Caden, who is a tiefling rogue thief, and their character name is Sith. And the last friend that I'm going to be hanging out with that is in D&D, that I'm going to be hanging out with today, is my friend Izzy, who has a character known as Teddy, who is a human druid, Circle of the Land. So, yeah, that's what I have in ways of D&D. But back to what I originally actually wanted to speak about, which is the fact of giving phones at certain ages. I agree with the statement of, oh, don't give it to them when they're very young. Like how my family waited to give me a phone until I was in 6th grade, and only until that phone started to fail me, or when it hit my birthday of my last year in middle school, did they choose to give me a smartphone. My flip phone worked for me perfectly. I loved using it. I could contact people, I could play like basic games, but wasn't on it all the time. And I don't like what they did at school, though. I do have a smartphone now, but I mostly use it to read and just pass the time if I'm bored. And in school, I hate the fact that they passed the law of, oh, it's now illegal to have your phone in school. Well, not in school, but like be on it in school, which I hate. Speaking of which, this is my phone. Very simple. Also, the reason why I have my hair like this, the only time you're ever going to see my hair like this, is if I'm going to be hanging out with friends. If you see it in any other style, it's probably something else. If my hair's back in a ponytail, then I'm either uh, going. I'm just go that. It's just my regular old hairstyle to use. So yeah. But when I'm on my smartphone, I mostly just use it to message, talk, and have multiple different ways of communicating with people, so that I can actually put together like D&D groups, that sort of thing. Oh, and my friend Dylan just said something. Along with, okay. Well, I have multiple things I'll need to check, but I agree with the statement, don't give a phone too early. The only reason why I got a phone when I was in middle school is because, oh, I started going to the bus by myself, and I needed to be going to the bus when my mom or dad was not home to make sure that I had left. So with that, I would go to the bus, and I would, when I'm walking there, I would let my mom know, seeing as how she would be out, that I was on my way if my dad was not home. The only times my dad was not home was when he would go down to our other place because he needed to mow the lawn. And don't think what you'll thinking, because the other place, yeah, we need to mow the lawn, and it is massive, so it takes a while. Along with weed eating and all that, yeah, it takes a while. So he might take 1 or 2 days to complete it, and then another day before he comes back because he'll be tired. So, yeah. And it takes a while to get down there, too. But, yeah. So, when I had that phone, I would just use it to communicate with them that, oh, I have left. Oh, I am on my way. Or, oh, we might need this. Oh, I could check this and say, oh, we need some more of this. And when I got my first smartphone, eh, nothing really changed. I just used it a little bit more. Hell, I can go without my smartphone for days. I could toss that thing in a river and not need to look at it. Hell, my mom's lost a phone in the river. We don't, we remember what river, but she didn't complain. She just needed to get a new one. Well, she didn't exactly complain about the fact that, oh, now she can't check her phone. She complained about it because, oh, now she needs to get a new one. And for me, it's the same. Granted, my phone, I'm not going to need a new one until it breaks entirely. The only thing that usually breaks on my phone is the case, and that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to protect the phone, not, oh, the case is supposed to be so durable that it will not break ever. And, yeah. Also, if y'all want to comment about, oh, you want me to do some voices, go for it.
I can do many, many voices, so don't even try and deny that you need it. You need it, ass.
But also, I can change it to whatever I need. So, yeah. And I do many accents because apparently I got DNA from all over the world for some reason. We did a DNA test on me and Mama. Me and Mama, oh, we got DNA from here, 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 here. All over the place. So, yeah. But it's fun to learn that sort of history. I found out that I was a bit more Neanderthal than her somehow, but hey. And I have Iron Age goths that I'm related to, apparently. And she has all sorts of Viking that she's related to. And I'm telling y'all, it's amazing to do these tests. As long as it's not going to break up your family, it'll be fine. But, anywho, that's what I wanted to talk about. Also, if y'all have any weird food combinations, tell me them as long as they don't contain mayonnaise, sardines, anchovies, or green olives. Oh, I'll try it. If I could get my hands on it, I'll try it. I love food. Uh, I'm somewhat fat, so yeah, that's a contributor to a reason why I love food. But also, I love making jewelry. These pieces I didn't make myself, but I did make. I put some bracelets on my bed because, why not? But it's a good place to store it. But I did make this. I did make this. It's not exactly good for like a bracelet, but it can be tied back in your hair like after you've put your hair back in a ponytail, you can put it on as if it were like, oh, a little bit of design. Then this actually does work like a bracelet. So yeah, I I really like making things by hand. It it I can't describe everything, but also all these walking sticks back here, for the most part, this one is just a costume thing. Uh, this one is one that me and my dad are going to work on to turn into a walking stick. But most of the rest of these back here are like, oh, my grandpa made these. Except for this one. I don't really know if this one was made by him. Or my umbrella. But most of them were made by him. So, yeah. Then I have one more that I love to wear because, hey, I have a matching one that's a key. So I like wearing this one because if I wear this one and then the key one, if I ever do find like a partner, then I'd give them that to show that, I would either give them that or this, because either I would be the key to their lock, or they would be the key to my lock. Because I I don't really like anybody. Like, I can like somebody romantically, but I can't like them the other way for some reason. Like, it's it's a weird thing with me. Like, I can be interested in that sort of thing, but not like somebody in that way. And then also, it it's just a complicated thing. Most of the time, my life is. But I know it's probably not as complicated as other people's. But hey, life is life. Ooh, give me one second. I need to move this here. I'm gonna grab one of my notebooks and show y'all, or tell y'all about some of the creatures I've made for D&D. Here we go. So yeah, I also I'm gonna rarely ever edit my videos, so this is proof of why I'm rarely ever editing them. But anywho, let's start with some of the creatures I tossed into the Feywild that I made. So I have Black Water. This is basically a river-like monster that basically lives in a river, and however big or long the river stays determines how much health, how old it is, and how strong its attacks are. So, and its stealth is constantly at a 28, or it could be at a 100 because of how long it's been there and that sort of thing. But its base health for like the weakest it can possibly be is 25 health, stealth of 28, strength of like +2 to strength. I don't really have anything else for it, but then I have the attacks that it can do. There's a black blob, which is basically like an ink blob, and it's acid. It has a range of 5 feet, and when it hits the ground or hits the target, it has a 5 foot radius that it will be going in to hit anything else within range. And that deals 3d6 uh, over the course of 3 turns. So uh, I think I had it be, 1 turn it is, all of these creatures are homebrew also. I do have a homebrew spell that I did for 2 of my characters. Well, not my characters, but my players, because both of them were like healers of some sort. So as long as we have healers that can come together to make it, it'll work. And it's just an automatic thing. It doesn't really use up anything aside from the fact that, hey, if they want to keep it an infinite length, then they have to stay together. They cannot move too far apart. If they move too far apart, they break it, and it'll only last for a few turns. So it's either I had it be, it does 3d6 3 times anytime it was the end of the character's turn, or I had to do 1d6 on each turn. I can't remember. Then there's a black spear. You need to be in touching range of it, and it will spring forth a spear-looking appendage if you try to attack it or touch it, and it will spring forth and stab you like thorns, basically. Uh, but it will jab into you and do 2d8 worth of damage. Then there's a black tendril, which is a tentacle, basically, that will sneak towards you. Uh, it will have a. And it's constantly trying to attack you with this, because then once it has you in its grasp, it can use the spear or black thorn. And it will try and wrap around you, and then the range is 100 feet from it. So, and the moment it wraps around you, it can squeeze you for 3d6, and as long as you're in the grip, you're stuck. And you have to roll a higher strength check than it. So whenever it's your turn and you want to try and break free to attack it, you need to try and roll higher than what I roll, basically. I'll roll a strength check for the creature, and then they'll roll. And if mine is higher, then they take damage. Then there's Blackthorn. The Blackthorn and Black Spear can combo together when it comes to the Black Tendril, because when it's in its grasp, it can only use these things once per turn. So it can use all of these attacks, but it can only use them once per turn. So it will. So black thorns, it needs to be within touching distance, and each thorn that stabs into you is 1d6. So it can cause burst of thorns just stabbing into you. And that's the black water. Next is let me actually tell you about the fun little spell thing I have come up with for my players when they are fighting something. Okay. Okay, so basically, what they can do is, hey, if we have a few healers, I'm trying to remember names. God. Y'all can see that I'm terrible at remembering fucking names. My entire thing is, when I'm friends with somebody, unless if I have a common name to call you by, and I constantly call you by it, I'm not going to remember your name. Like, my nickname in the friend group is Green, because I wear a lot of green, my hair's green, I love the color green, hell, my pants are green. Did you all actually see that? Let me actually check. Yeah. So, yeah. And as I said, none of this is going to be edited. So, like, my friend, Azalea, uh, Roberto, and Teddy can all come together to heal. Like, the three of them can come together. They need to make a medicine check, and that determines the duration if they were to leave the circle and let it go on so that they could attack, and also determines, like, how much it will heal for. So if it's just two of them, one will see how much it will heal for, and one will be how long it would last. And then if it's three of them, it could either be to determine how long it lasts, or to determine how long it, or how much it heals. But then, my friend, my player whose character name is Reyna, I gave a fun little object known as the bark of Idrisil. The bark of Idrisil. The bark fuses to the user, and when they hit a opponent, they drain HP equivalent to the damage they do, and can give it to themselves or a player or a party member. basically a version of, if you play Pokemon, Giga Drain, nearly, where, oh, the attack takes the health and can heal it to themselves. But it's a fun little add-on where it's, oh, they can give it to another party member. And then, also, when they kill a creature / opponent, its soul goes to Yggdrasil and increases the HP they take to keep or use on a party member. Meaning, if they attack somebody, it does a little bit more damage, and that health also comes with it. Uh, can take off a piece of what the bark is fused to, and this allows them to open a portal to another dimension. In my campaign, there's many dimensions. Some are based off of books that I've read in Webtoon on my phone, like Mage and Mimic, or, well, no, not Mage and Mimic, because Mage and Mimic doesn't have another dimension, but there's the Fey Realm, then there's, if any of y'all have ever read School Bus Graveyard, that's a dimension. I added in the Phantoms as well. Then whatever it's fused to gives it more of a green and brown hint, basically. And seeing as how my friend Reyna chose to have their character be a half snake, half person, it fused to their tail. So they can take off a scale and they'd be able to open up a portal if they need to. And so, yeah. But also, what they can do is a wrap, they can use their snake tail to wrap around somebody and squeeze them to death, basically. Somewhat like the Black Water's Black Tendril. But that's the Black Water and the spell circle thing. Next is the Iron Gate, and you know what? When we hit 40 minutes, I'm calling it and doing an outro. Okay, the Iron Gate. Depending on how much material the Iron Gate has consumed to build up its metal, it can have either 30 HP to 60 HP, and however long it existed. However, it depends on the quality of the metal that will allow it to gain health or anything. But its perception is naturally 22, meaning you can't sneak up on this thing. It's difficult. You need to either roll a nat 20 or have high enough of a stealth. Let me see here. Let me take a look at one of my players. Let's see here. View. Let's view Sith's character sheet, shall we? Ooh, I forgot. Happy Pride, everyone. I nearly forgot about that. But happy Pride, everyone. D&D Beyond just reminded me of that due to the fact that, D&D Beyond's symbol is right now Pride colors. Like, the Beyond is the Pride colors, and the D&D is the trans/bi colors. No, wait. Yeah, just trans colors. So, let's see here. For Sith, they have a stealth of +7, so they'd either need to roll a... Let's see here. So, let's see. Listen, I'm a great math person, but I'm used to counting with my fingers, so... They need to roll a 16 at least. that's not the level they weren't at level 4 when they faced this thing. They were at level 3. So, yeah. And I'm fun like that. I'll do what I need to make it interesting. But its strength is +2. Uh, it has a iron shard, which is a projectile, uh, and it has a range of 20 to 60 feet. The 60 feet is if it's older and it has better material that it's made out of. It's basically a living gate that consumes metal and makes its body up of the metal that it consumes. It melts it down, and if it consumes metal, that increases its health. Uh, then there's and the iron shard can do up to at its lowest strength, it could do 3d6 worth of damage, but at its oldest age, that it can be without uh, starting to rust, is 6d6 worth of damage for one. And this can also cut off limbs, so be careful. One of my players asked me to have one of their limbs be removed so that we could give them a prosthetic, a fun prosthetic that they can use as a weapon. Like, it can be like a blade hidden in the prosthetic to attack with. Like, if you've ever seen Kingsman, like the first Kingsman, and you've seen the final fight scene where the lady, spoiler warning, where the lady has 2 prosthetic legs that have swords basically in them that she that are that while she walks they have springs basically down the sides of them, so when she like jumps she can like slice somebody, but yeah, somewhat like that. Then there's 2 more attacks that it can do. There's Iron Range, which has a range of 15 feet at its weakest, and 45 feet at its highest. And it lasts for 2 turns at its weakest, 6 turns at its highest. And then at its weakest, it does 3d4 of damage each time. And at its strongest, it does 6d4 worth of damage each turn. So, yeah. Okay. Then there's Iron, uh, Iron Pillar, which basically it uses up it. Whenever it does these attacks, it uses up its own body parts, basically. It doesn't, like, hurt it, but it does weaken, like, its durability. Like, what it can resist, basically. So then, Iron Pillar basically makes a giant pillar rise up from the ground and slam down. The range is touch to 3 feet. That's how far it can be from it in order for it to make it. So, however tall the pillar is, it can still hit somebody, but that doesn't mean that, like, it could summon it out from underneath somebody if they're within 3 feet, but it's a big pillar that will slam down upon you to deal damage. And at its weakest, it does 2d8 worth of damage. At its strongest, it does 4d8 worth of damage. Now, the Woodsman, I'm going to save for another time. I do want to tell you about the characters I had help save my players due to the fact that I did want to TPK them, but they bribed me enough. My players bribed me. I'm giving them. I'm saving them with these characters. But there was a twist that I added in later with these characters. So yeah. Now let's go on to the school bus graveyard creatures that I've made. So there's the humanoid phantom, which has 20 HP at as its base. Then when it and then +5 strength, can run for 30 feet in a turn. Then it has claws, which are you need to be within touching range of this, and it does 4d4 worth of damage +5 strength to it because it's actually using its body to strike. Then there's infect. You need to be in touch, and you need to have a con save of up to 10. And it will take over your mind, body, and soul. Its weakness, light, and it deals 20 damage to them because, as we've seen as if you've seen in School Bus Graveyard, light is the Phantom's weakness. It causes them to melt. But then there's the centipede-like Phantom. There's going to be a lot of spoilers with this, but nah. +20 strength, and it can move 158,400 feet in turn. And then there's Devour. It just is an instant kill. Well, not exactly an instant kill, but you're going to be trapped there. You're going to be consumed. There's no way of stopping it because this thing's massive. Like, it would be able to fit like 5, like maybe 10 cars in its mouth and swallow them whole. And in order to dodge this attack, you need to make at least a 21 in athletics. Mm-hmm. Oh, here are some creatures my friend Caden actually drew once, but we still need to decide, like, what attacks are. You can't exactly see it. Sorry, but you can't exactly read it. But I will be able to figure that out. I did put a Wendigo, but I'm ignoring that. Oh, here's it. I gave my friend Sith way too many demons. He has 3 of them. They're in a polycule. But so there's the demonic mask. The red gems that are that increst the mask hold a dark power, demonic power. The demon in the mask. The demon tries to control the wearer, but if they can stop it, then they gain power far beyond their dreams, and the demon will manifest as a physical being to help you in your endeavors. You need to roll a 13 or higher to stop it. Like, legit roll just regular 13 or higher. Which, if you knew my friend, I should have put it higher. They rolled like 3 nat 100s. With my D100, I have never rolled a nat 100 on my D100. Okay. The 8-foot-tall lady. I took this one from a legend I heard about. You need to, anytime you enter the woods of this creature, you need to roll a wisdom save of 17. This creature can't be damaged. They appear to be a 8-foot-tall pale lady with all white dress and a fan hat covering her in shadow. Here's the thing. You need to succeed in the save, otherwise you can't sleep properly at night anymore. You have to stay in the center of a room surrounded by salt and lit up with candles. Or you need to move far enough away from the thing's territory. Otherwise, while you're walking through the woods or you are in that room, let me finish up this. If you're in that room, then you will have to deal with hearing the voices of people from your past, calling out to you to come to them or open the door. And if you do, you're lost. You won't ever be found unless you escape the place that I make for it. I haven't made a place for it yet because none of my players have gotten caught yet. But I do have problems, as you all can see. But it's 41. Pleasure to speak with y'all. This is Dragon signing off and saying, enjoy your life and get into D&D. It is fun. Anywho, bye.